Go ahead.
Oh, in fact,
Go ahead.
Secretary, or
Could
you orient me?
Then we'll
Sorry.
keep going to the back.
Thank you, Corinne. Mr. Secretary, can you describe how you will be treating any differently migrants at the border that come from countries where we don't have close working relationship? For example, we've seen reporting of migrants coming as far from China, Russia, Syria. And then my second question, I'm going to try to ask Peter's question in a different way, with some Democrats urging that President Biden end sanctions on Cuba and Venezuela. Do you support that?
You speak of different demographics arriving at our southern border. This speaks to the fact that the challenge of migration is not exclusive to the southern border and is, in fact, not exclusive to the Western Hemisphere. We are seeing a global displacement of people that is the greatest since at least World War II. The challenge of encountering individuals from countries that are to which it's not easy to remove people has been a long-standing challenge that our immigration laws have run into.
So what do you do with those people actually now, like people who are coming from Russia and China and so on? What do you do with them?
So we place them in immigration enforcement proceedings, and if they make a claim for relief, we adjudicate those claims. And if, in fact, those claims are granted, then they have, under our laws, a basis on which to stay in the United States. If they do not, then we work with foreign governments to address the enforcement actions that we think are appropriate.
Way in the
Or
back.
ending sanctions, sir?
That is a little bit outside the remit of today's discussion.
Way in the back.
Secretary, thank you. So you're talking about Congress needing to act on this. Any reaction to the immigration package that House Republicans are looking to vote on today? And second question on the processing centers, was it a mistake to not have them ready to prevent a surge?
Can you repeat the second part of that question? And I would say President Biden, presented Congress with a legislative package on day one of this administration, now about 28 months ago. And we are hopeful that sensible and needed legislative reform will be passed by Congress, and we do not concur with the bill that was presented today.
On the processing center specifically, though, was it a mistake to not have them ready in time to prevent a surge?
As I have said, the development of those processing centers is a complex undertaking that requires the work of our foreign partners, international organizations, and the like, and we've moved very swiftly.
Thank you, Green. Thank you, Secretary. Republicans repeatedly seek to paint the administration as being unable to secure the border. I wanted to ask, do you see this as a test? Does the administration see this as a test, or possibly an opportunity to show the American people that the administration does have the ability to manage the border under difficult circumstances?
We view this as a challenge that we will meet.
May I also ask, in regards to the overcrowding and some of these difficult conditions, how long are we talking that this chaoticness will be? Are we talking weeks, months, years before things take traction and you get more of a handle on it?
We are working as hard as we can to make sure that time it takes is as little as possible. Let me say an additional thing in response to your first question. This is a challenge, and we're going to meet this challenge. We're going to meet it within a broken immigration system while adhering to our values.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Secretary. Last year, there were some estimates from DHS officials putting the highest level of migrants coming across the border each day at about 18,000 if Title 42 is revoked. Is that still the estimate, or do you have a clearer number of what you're anticipating?
So let me clarify the number that to which you refer. Those weren't predictions. It is our responsibility in the Department of Homeland Security and across the administration to plan for different scenarios. That's what we do. And so what we developed was, in fact, different scenarios to which we plan. And so we have done so, and we continue to do so.
And then, you've talked about this being a challenging transition period. But how long do you expect a potential surge to last? Are we talking weeks, months, longer?
We have confidence in the approach that we are taking, which is to really present lawful pathways for individuals to take advantage of and to disincentivize individuals from really placing their lives in the hands of smugglers. And let me share with you that the parole processes that we announced and implemented on January 5th for Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans are a proof point of the success of our approach. We saw a tremendous demand to access those lawful pathways, and we saw over a 90% drop in the number of encounters of individuals from those 4 countries at our southern border, and we saw that very, very quickly.